the red and blue, the bull and taur, the Taurus, feminine archetype, association archetype, the portable door, the symbolism, the circle, the horns-like structure, the door, the colors. They always say things like that. It's comedy, fantasy, adventure. So the main character, the Paul Carpenter, is an intern at a mysterious London firm with unconventional employers, including a CEO who wants to disrupt the ancient magical world with modern corporate institution practices. So, blue, the thyroid gland, the third chakra. He comes here, makes you think you would be suited for this position. Well, what made you apply, boy? Coincidence, really. Ouroboros, surrender to change, or suffer in a loop. So when he says coincidence, he grabs everyone's attention, and everyone is like, uh-oh. Magic always moves towards souls who are no longer negotiating with fear. What are signs? Where do they come from? This concept is critical to understanding where signs come from, how they manifest in our physical three-dimensional life. I believe signs originate from our deep interconnectedness with a unifying intelligence field, quantum field. This infinite realm of potential contains every possibility as energy. Our thoughts, emotions, also forms of energy, constantly interact with this field, often without our conscious awareness. I have come to understand signs as the unfolding of our manifestation. We often expect our desires to materialize instantly, but manifestation sometimes can be a gradual process of energy, transitioning into physical form. Signs are the breadcrumbs of this transition, guiding us towards our manifestation. I'm just linking these signs and his coincidence. So when he says the word coincidence, everyone was like, okay, go on. Well, my alarm didn't go off, my trousers had a stain, and my shoelace broke twice. A dog stole my scarf. The toaster blew up. I ran into someone who taught me at university, although I don't remember him at all. And then I chased the dog, and here I am. When he was done telling his story, what do you do in your spare time? Well, all my time is spare. But I used to paint model soldiers. I also did those fantasy ones, trolls, and goblins. The goblin and the troll, whether you watch the Merlin season, whether you watch Harry Potter, and the theme of him and the main character Sophie is just like in this movie, The Map That Leads to You, which is based on book. Like he's on his dying life path, but he showed her a purpose life. Like not everything is what we have been told by controller. All these things are linked. Right now, the KasHMir. It also looks like KasHMir in spelling wise. You seem distracted, he says to Paul. It's just the wallpaper. The cracks are map of London. And there's the M25. There's the Hyde Park. As soon as you see it, you can't unsee it. Hidden in plain sight. It's like one of those magic eye things. In esoteric, the third eye, fly onward and upward past the restriction of time, beyond the present, past, and future, a world beyond end, without limit or size, a world beyond our wildest dream. It's like one of those magic eye things. Everyone is like, the two columns. Now I'm linking that with this. The two pillars from the Thera, the entrance, the solar battalion guards the right, the moon deities guard the left. Conscious balance allows you to walk between them. You don't stop to argue with the guards. You pass through the portal they are hiding. And there you go. The dog who took his muffler. So sometimes weird powers are guiding us. The conversations that we need to have with ourselves. Just do you ever feel like you are not meant for this kind of life? You know, work, rent, bills, bus, tube, then bills, work, rent kind of life. Why are you being a slave to the system? You know, go home, go back to university, just never leave again. It's a loop. As soon as I said it, I just felt free. Again, the door of his flat, the red, the boxes, arch kinda Are we conscious? Are we aware? Because also in the season OA, she says, keep your doors open at night to 5 to 6 people. Like you have to give the permission to let in. Where does that leave me, Neville? We are all individuals. You are free to make your own choices. Ignoring the fact I don't have a job and my parents have moved to Florida, how do I find someone with zero notice now? Then he get the letter. Thank you for your smashing interview. We are therefore thrilled to offer you the position of paid intern. It would be most agreeable if you could make yourself available for work from tomorrow, 9 a.m. sharp. Can you see that 9 a.m. grind, the matrix time? You see, all works out in the end. The company where he's going, their logo, J.W.Wells, there is no such thing as a coincidence. Intern archetype that's being initiated, that is being used. The Paul the Carpenter. He's curious, he's intuitive, underestimated, unaware of his true capacity, believes lucky to be chosen, a trap when we are chosen for a job. Actually, he's being selected for extraction. So the key is Paul's labor is not value to the system, his imagination, his belief, his opennesses. Very magical qualities that make him magical are the ones that being siphoned. This is how soul contract works in distorted systems. People invited to opportunities that quality drain their creative life force. Why we are tired when we don't love our jobs, what we do. 9 to 5. While promising them the belongings, material, consumerism, greed, competition, status, advancement, the initiate believes he is in a learning process, but the system knows it is feeding. Last chance to change your mind. Destined to be average. Rockefeller. We don't want workers to think. Our signature dish, which is coincidensation. If you decide to stay, you arrive at 9. Lunch is at 1 p.m. Tea is at 3 p.m. Can you see the robotic mechanism? And the pen's down at 5 o'clock. Office time starts at Taurus time. Like it's 8 to 9, 9 to 10, but it starts at 9. The lunch break happen in between Cancerian hours, 1. Then in between Leo, 2, 3, 4 p.m., 3 p.m. we have a tea break. And then at Virgo hours, at 5, we have the off, observing some pattern. So they both have Sophie and the Paul, the carpenter, together interview. She doesn't talk, he talks a lot. So she says, all depends on what they were looking for. And then he jumps when he sees the baby dragon. Did you see that? Circle, geometry, their message sending system. And now he gets to know what Sophie is real. So Sophie will read her mind. Sophie is a seer, a very rare breed. That's why she's our fast track program. I suppose you will call us practical metaphysicians or paranatural engineers. In my department, we hijack clients' instincts, our gut feelings, just long enough to influence a correct decision. Which reminds me, now that we eat that much and our gut instinct is multiplied by 0, how to cleanse our gut and why do we eat that much? Why don't we fast for clarity? And then this dome, what does it remind you? The Tartarian architecture. Focus your eyes on a point in the distance, like you're looking at the horizon. Now lift your hand just off the map so you can still feel it, but you're not actually touching it. So then there comes this energy between from his finger current on the paper. That's the quiver point. Is that what you do here? Make people fall in love? Yeah, fall in love, divorce, discover gravity, move cities, invent combustion engines, try a new cafe. We control their gut instincts, if only for a few seconds. But why? No credit, not nearly enough money, never any gratitude. Why waste our precious time helping ungrateful souls who are just going to die anyway? We're on the brink, Paul. We were just about to launch Operation Fine Print, most audacious influence campaign. And now only you, Paul, can put us back on track. Yeah, but you have a unique talent. You are more than just a diviner. So what is diviner? Like God, heroes with divine powers, godly, godlike, angelic, saintly, We don't get to choose our parents. My father was a controlling egomaniac. But behind the scenes, he was evil. He forced me to ride, never to betray my father. And if I do, my soul will be his. He kept the contract, never let it out of his sight. It imprisoned me, kept me silent, forced me to be the obedient, dutiful son. It was his insurance policy against me. What kind of father needs an insurance policy against his own son? Undervalued, underestimated. Can I trust you, Paul? It's one of the most powerful and coveted items. The trouble is it has the ability to disguise itself. So you will have to pretend that you are not looking for it. It's a door. Portable door, to be specific. You have the gift. Fate has brought us together. There comes the Medusa. You look like you are looking for something. Not very sure of yourself, are you? Stands for Keeper of the Magician's Code of Conduct. If you hear of any illegal use of magic, how are you finding Mr. Wells? Eyes down here, pumpkin. Are you working with him closely? Sorry. That's what's going above her hairs. Goddess Medusa. She was never the villain, just a woman who refused to stay soft for your comfort. Labyrinth. The only difference is it's like rectangle, rigid lines. Women in mythology. Labyrinth once stood as a feminine symbol of initiation, a spiral womb space, a path inward toward transformation, a sacred journey into mystery and rebirth. In Crete, labyrinths were linked to goddess rites, rituals of renewal. With patriarchal culture, labyrinth became the Minotaur's lair, a place of fear, chaos, danger, something to be conquered by the male hero. A trial of dominance, not initiation. What was once a temple of the goddess was recast as a prison. I'm connecting this with the myth, symbolism, and labyrinth. Myths are doorways and mirrors to our inner life. Through their symbols and through the stories, they awaken a memory, a meaning, and the power to transform our past. Here, myth meets depth, psychology, art, history, applied mythology, symbolism, spirituality, all woven into the fabric of everyday life. Myth is a door. Don't forget the movie name, that is the portable door. It appears and it disappears. Humphrey has lost his portable door. There is only one way to the bank of the dead. Turns out it's not entirely true. There is another way. What's going down there, Sophie? Goblins. We have worked with them for centuries. They follow the humans, they watch you at night, steal from you, sabotage your day. They are basically obsessed, and we use this obsession to arrange coincidences. I'm sure you have noticed the company is at war with itself ever since J.W.Wells mysteriously, suspiciously disappeared. Things have changed. Those two sons are up to something. And it's not just renovations. We are not sure what or when. We are not even sure why he hired your scruffy friend, but it's all connected somehow. I don't think he knows why he's been hired. You could be a great seer, dear, but you don't seem to make sense inside. It's like you have two instincts fighting each other. Is there something I should know? I don't know what's happening to me. I'm listening to jazz, drinking coffee, which I hate. I'm suddenly loving balloons. I just don't know who I am anymore. That's fascinating. Am I supposed to care? I want to change my mind. Well, too bad, because you signed the contract. He's not gonna want something for nothing, Paul. You are so naive. We know there's more to this. Plus, Countess thinks he disappeared his father. Sneaky baby. Does it remind you of something? Okay, now he's recognizing the pattern. You didn't teach me history of music or coach football, did you? You were trying to make me miss my interview. Yes, I was instructed. And then he get to know there is not just a closet in down the stairs, there is a whole basement. And just like Harry Potter, he went through the stuff. He entered into the goblin world and he's going through that. The dimension. Something is calling him inside. Like he came across, just like this goblin helped Harry Potter, who guides him towards something. And that comes out that door that he is looking for. And now he's passing through that portal. Now he get to know the actual face of CEO, which is with the elites. If I may get your attention, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. What you are about to see, and it's not exaggerating to say this, is going to change the world forever. We at Wells have been in the business of changing small lives in small ways. Now he's speaking. This has always struck me an odd waste of our talents. So when my father disappeared, presumed that I decided this was our chance. What if we make them serve us? Who is them? Human beings, because he's a wizard. What if we make them the product? We are the product of the corporation. Mr. Tanner, let's have the guinea pig. Do you like coffee? Not at all, sorry. Favorite music style? I like lots of music, just not jazz. When I say the word licorice, this is my fast track interview. We were able to influence this educated young consumer. I'm listening to jazz, drinking coffee, which I hate. I'm suddenly loving balloons, which I used to hate. I mean, I just don't know who I am anymore. If we can do this to a well-educated, strong-willed individual, imagine what we can do to the masses. In the employment card that there has the camera, which is, a kind of surveillance, like we have always mobiles with us wherever we go, or our ATM card, Lord of Rings, the Eye of Sauron, a watchful presence over the Middle Earth. Your property prices will skyrocket. Your consumer base will double. So this consumerism, this greed, this competition, this corporation. Your Roger will win his election in a landslide. How are you doing this? With a simple binding contract. They don't even know, just like the Sufi sign. I will sell you the will of the people. I will hand you their desires, their gut instincts on a silver platter. Influence is no coincidence. How to open the portable door. To activate whole device up, say knock knock, and clearly announce your destination before opening the door. And then he comes out to supermarket. But you don't know yourself, do you, Sufi? Maybe you love it. But ever since I have signed that stupid fast track contract, I feel like they are in control of the whole part of me. My instinct and my heart. I don't trust my own feelings. Well, then we have to find this thing that you signed. We could reverse it somehow, so then you would know who you really are and how you really feel about pies and jazz. Tower appears, and what does it remind you? At least to me, it reminds about the ether and into the sky to capture the universal ether force, channel it down to people who do not know how to assess it by themselves. The night, which they are not loud because that's the time of goblin. Those are a lot of printers. Dor wanted us to come here. You saying like Dor has a personality now? Those things you click, agree, but never read. Operation Fine Print. Though this one's a gym membership of Stephanie Brown. That goblin is guiding him. So see the contrast of blue and orangish yellow. Bank of the Dead by clicking agree. I consent to signing my soul, my entire soul, and therefore all desires, instincts, and needs over to the Wells and Company, to be held in the Bank of the Dead forever and a day, in all territories and universes, in all dimensions. Operation Fine Print. They are stealing souls of people. They stole my soul. Now Humphrey's gonna control the instincts of anyone who signs or click agree. I mean, that could be millions of people. You are forbidden to be down here after hours. A gutter living goblin challenging a great wizard. Now, Mr. Great Wizard, you would be nothing without us. Do you have it, that towel? You are in the nether. What does this word reminds you? Ether. The Father, the Son, the villain, the good one, now caged all of three in the nether. There are no doors out of the nether. You are J.W.Wells. You got Humphrey's soul. He was an evil child. Awful. I needed insurance, so you can control him then. You can make him let us out. I don't think I would have thought of that years ago. I have the contract, but it's pointless. If I can't get it to the Bank of the Dead. You have indeed found the root of the problem. So Humphrey used the portable door to get my soul to the Bank of the Dead. But then it went missing, so he needed Paul to find it. See, the Chinese calendar, all 11 animals are alive, but there is just one mythological animal there. Dragons are real. It's the only place to hold a great wizard. I'll be here forever. Paul finds the door that even the wizard wasn't able to find. And then the wizard says, Paul Carpenter, you may be more than just a diviner. And then the goblin, hello, father. The power with which father and son fight. Yellow and blue, or you can say just like Matrix, blue, red pill. Voldemort and Harry Potter, same colors. Naruto or Sasuke. In the Merlin, his sister the witch, the author. Now she's using the telepathic countess. We need you. I want you to bring that damn contract over to me. I want you to bring my soul over to me. I will hold it in front of my father's fading eyes because the last thing you will see is the end of your hold over me. Two kind of archetypes. Corrupted occult master, who is a gatekeeper. He is charming, deeply disconnected from ethics. He is into dominance, not harmony, sharing with others. No. His another archetype is shadow magician. He knows the rules of unseen worlds. He sees the realms as his asset, soul as a resources, magic as a ladder. His obsession with the doors, the mirrors, is just like a lead obsession with the suppressed knowledge. I control assess. I control the reality. But reality actually responds to alignment, not to the control. Then he starts torturing Sophie. And now the Sophie is telling the Paul, using telepathy, if you can listen to me, touch your ear. So in the nether, with all those doors, what if you didn't find the way out? What you are the one? What if, Paul, you are the one who created the door? The bank is right below you. He's standing above that circle. And then he started realizing he is the one, just like the Matrix, the Neo, against the Agent Smith. And he started opening the doors. Not one, but many. And then he slid under his feet. And then he slipped into that. And he went to another dimension. Look at the symbolism, the triangle, kind of flower or circle, something. There's the door. He slips in and he's vanished, and everyone is surprised. Now see the circle. Circle, spiral, the loop. Let's see some other perspectives. Ancient, enduring symbol represents the winding journey we must take inward if we are to truly know or love ourselves. From this never ending journey, we return with infinitely more power, more wisdom. The spiral and the loop. What's with the closed circle? Your ego wants you to stay in a loop, repeating the same pattern, same cycle, same repetition again and again. This is what feels comfortable, secure, security, and safe to the egoic mind, since that is all that it knows, the chattering, the voice in the mind. What about spiral? Your intuition calls you to make gradual changes in your life that lead towards ongoing evolution, development, transcendence. Pure consciousness can see past the repeating cycles of the mind, of the ego, and urges you to move beyond what you think you know. Now he reaches here, to the bank of the dead. Spiral and snake. A never ending journey, spiral. Infinitely more power and wisdom. Snake is a symbol of transformation, teaches how vital it is shed what no longer serves to shed your skin. Snake must literally shed or die. Painful and letting go of those what restrict us can sometimes be it's what allow us to survive, grow, and thrive. Now when he arrives at the reception, that's the key sentence. Bank of the dead, you are our investment. And she's surprised to see him. You're not due here for 142 years. Like, who lives for 142 years? Are we supposed to live that long? And that's the will of Humphrey. I, Humphrey Wells, promise very hard never to betray my father. I do, if I do, my soul is Humphrey's well. My soul is his. And then he says, I would like to make a trade. So he gives this and he asks for Sophie's contract. You have got his soul. And now the father is closing his evil son in the nether. And that's the contract the Sufi got back. And now they all are having meeting together. We think you are most suited, Paul the carpenter, to a junior position in Lost and Found. Now they are, talking to each other in a meeting, but in a mind, telepathy. Capturing of soul, now the others wizards are talking. Capturing of souls is strictly against. All souls have been returned. So now you can hear my thoughts, Sufi. I can't block you out. Ever. Can I ask you, now that you have full control of your instincts, your heart, with your impressive abilities and your natural talents in the department of coincidensation, they give her the VP position. And it ends at housekeeping in a hotel room, knock, knock. Number is interesting, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12, 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. So, this is from Lady Celeste. I love the way she writes. She opens their different stories, different archetypes inside you. So, the part here is watch the movie first, use your brain, get involved into the story, spiral story, just like Naruto, in the movie or season, and then read her. Read her on her Substack. So, yeah. So, what she's talking about her writing, at one hand, there is this power, institution, infrastructure. On the other hand, what was natural was what was stripped away from people is magic stripped off the stole. So, it's a age of the spiritual war. It's about the soul and spirit. Spiritual war power is removed from the people. Magic is stripped. What once was intuitive, organic, which is natural, now is procedural, bureaucratic, hierarchy. Once upon a time, it was assessed through the alignment, inner, insight, wisdom. But now it is granted through contracts, through control, through roles, obedience. It takes permission, a hierarchy, a cube, a rectangle, suffocating us. But in a nature way, it was relational. Everything is connected. Then she talks about the two archetypes. He is the intern archetype, curious, believes he is lucky to be chosen, but it's a trap. System is feeding on his imagination, his belief, his openness, his life force. Then she talks about the main symbolism of the movie, which is door, which is a symbolism like there are infinite realms. It is a central symbol, the door. There are unrestricted access between dimensions, timeline, state of consciousness, just the way we have 4 bodies, earth, the mental, air, the emotional body, the water, the spirit, the soul, the fire. In esoteric, door exists internally through imagination, intuition, dreaming, altered awareness. But in film, it's shown as an external thing. So there is inversion. It's shown as an object. It is shown as being owned, guarded, monetized. Externally, it can be controlled, but when you go to external opposite, internally, it cannot be controlled. So what is the dangerous thing about this portable door? Sovereignty. Then the Humphrey's corrupted occult master, a shadow magician, who wants to control, who doesn't want to align, who doesn't want the harmony, he wants dominance. So what this film is about, they're subtle, but it is fueled by human imagination, a belief, a narrative energy. It's all metaphysics. Imagination is the bridge between the world. Human co-create the reality. Imagination extracted, weaponized. So when the imagination is extracted and then weaponized, human gets disconnect from that one source, that natural one being, our core, our sense. System doesn't fear the warriors, it fears the dreamers. And she is the archetype of the feminine, a truth without control. She doesn't want to control. Sophie is an intuitive feminine. She sees through the illusions. She understands instinctively the system is wrong because she feels it. She seeks to restore the balance. Divine feminine archetype functioning properly. Her role is to return the magic to the circulation. So, what's happening? A collapse of false masters. System can't sustain without belief. So it is our belief in the wrong system. If we take that, we stop giving them the energy. And that initiate, Paul realizes he is the source. Structure loses the authority. So the core of this occult truth is false hierarchies surviving because we people are believing in those false hierarchies. The moment we all withdraw our belief, the illusion dissolves. That's what the lead doesn't want. Villain doesn't lose because he is defeated. He loses because he is exposed. Access to other worlds never meant to be centralized. Magic never meant to be bureaucratic. Imagination never meant to be extracted for profit. Doors always meant to be portable because consciousness is portable. You don't need permission to access truth. You don't need a master to open the door. You don't need a system to validate your intuition. So reclaim your imagination. A system dependent on compliance will collapse on its own. When people remember they can move between the realities psychologically or spiritually or creatively, illusion of confinement will end. So it is a warning. The film is a warning. Who controls access to unseen, no one ever truly did. Occult truth is wrapped all over in a play. So she's talking about that consumerism. She's talking about that greed competition. That's the problem. Where is the problem in our current world? This is what I shared. Okay, so this is the one.
Those who take them proceed to extract the gall from the inside. If a woman is hard in labor, they give her such a dose and she is delivered at once. Again, if one has any disease and applies a small quantity of this gall, he shall speedily be cured. So a natural cure-all from a creature that we were told never existed. If it did exist, that would be a big problem for Big Pharma.
And she shares the book. This is from the ether. Talks about the third between sun and moon, the balance, from where I made the notes. Wizards, simple human being trying to know himself. Seer, goblin, the father who is stuck. Now three are stuck and he finds the way out. Goblin, another goblin. He's actually the son of her. The evil archetype. So goblins, seer, we humans. Whose hand is that? Yeah, the one who was guiding him, his father.